Live from News Channel 8, this is Toyota Sports Talk.
Well, he's a Hall of Famer who had some ups and downs, but he's up now. Like they say, he's all the way up, and he's here with us tonight. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for another Toyota Sports Talk. And this isn't your normal sports talk. This one's special. Our guest tonight, the poster boy for perseverance. Take a look. At one point, Anthony Suggs was the king of the ring, king of Alexandria, a young up-and-coming boxer who hit the national scene in the late 80s.
I love boxing. Boxing was the only thing I loved that I felt could get me and my family out of here.
Mingled with the best, he was called the Beast. Fighters would try to change weight classes to avoid him. But in the 80s, there was another contender that popped on the scene, crack cocaine.
I ran from crack strip to crack strip all night long. You know, from one end of Alexandria to the other end of Alexandria.
In 87, Suggs was only one fight away from the Olympics. The morning of that fight, he learned his 7-month-old daughter died of sudden infant death syndrome.
I got mad with God, mad with the world. Felt like God had dealt me a bad deal.
Suggs recalls his second and last shot at the Olympics, what he calls his lowest point.
My friends came and got me out of a crack house, and back then we could fight 3 times in one day. I went and knocked 2 opponents out, gave my trophy away, and went back to the crack house. 1, 2, 1, 2.
But after all the heartache, including jail time served on drug charges, Suggs has a new addiction: teaching.
Zip, zip, dip. You in that ring by yourself, even if you got to stand in life by yourself. If everybody don't agree with what you believe in, if you believe in it, go for it.
And here with us tonight, the man, the legend, Tony Suggs. Tony, thanks so much for being here with us, man. Glad to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
And you look at that story, and that's, by the way, don't pay no attention to all the merchandise on this desk tonight. It means nothing. No, I'm kidding. But you look at that story right there. That story could have been a documentary, which, by the way, you do have a documentary coming out June 16th.
Yes.
But there was so much to talk about. You talk about the domestic violence, you talk about the drugs, the death of your daughter. But one thing that wasn't mentioned in that story was the domestic violence that you endured as a child. Talk about that and how rough it was coming up in that environment.
Well, I had a father that got involved in a lot of things, loved women, and and I had a mother that loved to fight. You know, it's funny now, but you know, I remember my mom. My father always would do things to mess up. You know, stay out all night, get caught cheating. You know, he'd do something. You know, and my mother had no problem jumping on him. And then once my mother jumped on him, my father being, it's no excuse ever for a man to ever put his hands on a woman. But my mom would always get revved up, get mad, jump on my father, and I had a pretty mean mama that could go, you know, and didn't mind fighting, you know, and she would always jump on my father, and then things get out of hand, out of control, and my sister will always be in there trying to break it up, and myself and my younger brother, you know, just be huddled up together, wishing they would stop, you know. And I remember, you know, when my mom and dad used to separate, then they get back together, because we would always go with my mom. But I used to wish they would stay separated, because I was always afraid somebody was gonna wind up getting killed, or, you know, a lot of times, you know, someone did get seriously hurt, but I was always afraid that, you know, someone was gonna get killed one day, you know, so I wish they would just, you know, stay apart.
Now, you talk about your father who, at one point, was into drugs, and there were joints that you would roll up from time to time, which turned into, you know, smoking marijuana, which you mentioned the drug Love Boat, which has so many different names right now. Is this how you sort of spiraled into the drug scene?
I wanted to be cool, wanted
Right.
to be accepted because I was always a real shy kid coming up, and moved around a lot. I was always real good in sports, but I always wanted to be peer pressure, you know. I always wanted to be recognized, wanted people to notice me, but I didn't have the gift of gab. And, you know, my father wanted me to be that outgoing type guy. And, you know, my father used drugs, smoked weed, and, you know, and he would leave joints laying around. And then at the age of 14, I was bagging up my father's drugs. You know, he sold weed, and I was bagging it up for him. And then, you know, an older guy across the street told me to smoke a joint with him. I'm like, I'm an athlete, and plus my father would kill me.
Yeah.
And he said, why would he kill you? He do it. And that always left something in the back of my mind, you know, that, yeah, why would my father kill me if he do it? You know, how bad can it be for me if he do it? You know, so I know I gotta live and be the example that I want my kids to be. You know, so I was, one night walking home from the skating ring, me and my buddy, I used to pocket some of my father's weed and sell it at the skating ring.
Wow.
To get a little extra money. And then one day we was walking home from the skating ring and had a joint left, and I asked him, did he want to try it? You know, and that one time, one weekend, you look forward to going to the skating ring to smoking that joint. You know, 'cause we had so much fun, laughing, joking, joning, and then that every weekend thing started to a few times during the week, and then every day during the week until.
And then you talk about from the marijuana, then you mentioned Love Boat, which is marijuana dipped in different chemicals.
Right.
And then we talked about how you would run, you heard in the story, you would run from crack strip to crack strip. And that's
all night.
And that's not completely because you were super addicted, but at the same time you loved fighting.
Right.
So you would run from crack strip to crack strip.
Right. I felt like if I was going to be an addict and I couldn't control my compulsion to use, I was an addict. And so I felt like, and I loved boxing it as equally as I did drugs. And I didn't want to lose the talent I had. So, you know, it's insane, but I implemented my boxing training into my drug addiction, you know, where I ran from script to script all night long at a high pace, you know, and I remember going to the doctor one time, and the doctor, to get heart tests, to get a physical, and they said they thought something was wrong with my heart, but I had a conditioned heart that marathon runners usually get from being so conditioned, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Tony, we got so much to talk about and so many phone calls coming in, by the way. You're a popular guy. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Nah.
Coming up more with the Hall of Famer, call us, 703-387-1020. We didn't even have to put the number up for people to call. He's here with us all night. Stay with us. Welcome back. Hall of Famer Tony Suggs in the building with us. And by the way, during the break, we were talking about the books. Tell people about the book, where they can get it, what comes with it.
Here's my autobiography, just freshly written. A lot of things you will hear about today, a lot of things is in this book, a lot of things that a lot of people don't like to talk about, that goes on in families. You know, that real dark place, like where I was as a kid. Felt like no one understood, no one else was going through this type of stuff in their family, didn't have anyone to talk to, and finding boxing, and boxing being my scapegoat, and just boxing becoming my form of therapy, and not knowing it at that time. You know, what caused me to punch my way all the way to the #1 boxer in the country, #4 in the world. I was a real angry kid, and boxing taught me how to channel that anger. So this is a real good read. Everybody love it. The book talks about a lot of different subjects, dysfunction, disabilities, peer pressure, abuse, physical, mental, and then it talks about, you know, the things I did to come back from all that. How I took boxing and use it as a metaphor to learn how to fight for what I believe in, to fight for what's right.
And where can they find this?
You can find it on my website at www.thebeastwithinstc.com is my website, and then Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and at the Alexandria Black History Museum.
Awesome, awesome. All right, let's get to some of these callers. Kelvin is in Upper Marlboro. Kelvin, what's up?
It's Kelvin, Special K. Tony, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Kelvin?
Yo, this guy here.
Is this Kevin Daly?
You know it. You
Oh,
know it's
what's
me,
up,
baby.
champ? Look,
Yeah.
I'm for this guy. Like, how many times we played? About 5 times?
I think maybe three. Maybe three. It might seem like 5. We went 4.
Yeah. There's a lot of times. I know that.
Brings back good
Yeah.
memories.
So this guy, like, you know, I'm learning a lot about you from this little interview. I didn't know that you had issue with drugs. You know, you were my man.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, though, even though we were on opposite sides, you know, I still, you know, liked you. I still bonded with you. You remember the time we went so high together?
Yeah.
And I was knocking everybody out.
Yeah.
And he was not. He was supposed to be the knockout man. And then we fought the championship, and he dropped me, and they stopped the fight. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's why he's a legend, man.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And
But
they had
then
a
I
call.
had to come back home, and I had to beat you in the Golden Gloves. But you know, you were number 1 in the country at the time.
Yeah.
And that was a good feeling when I got that one.
Yeah.
And Kelvin, thank you so much for calling. We appreciate it.
Nice hearing from you, Kelvin.
All right, Kelvin, take care. Let's go to the next line. Barbara's in Alexandria. Barbara.
Hi, Tony.
Hey.
Me and Tony go to the same church, but I just want to ask him how was his dog days and where they brought him to and how he feel about his life now.
How was my dog days?
But once you was in the dog days, but now you're in the light. How you feel about your life now?
I mean, I love my life now. It's amazing to me how God is using me. So I enjoy the ride of letting God use me, and I made a promise to God. He helped me get my life together and my promise was to do what I could do to make sure no young boy or girl make the same decisions, the same choices that I did. You know, so those are my dog days. So I use my mess and turn it into a mission.
Well, I just want to let you know I'm very proud of you and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right.
That's my Victory Temple Missionary Baptist Church family.
Hey, all right now. Barbara, thank you so much for calling.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, let's go to Darvin in Fairfax. Is it Darvin or Darwin? Darwin, you hear? Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, guys, this is Darwin Easley. I want you to know I know Tony. I'm a local attorney. And I just happened along Channel 8, saw you all on TV. I said, hold it, that's my man. I know a lot of Tony's story. I want you to know it is very inspiring. I absolutely love what Tony is doing, what he's done with himself, what he's doing for the community. And I just want to say, go champ, keep doing what you're doing, partner, and I love you.
Thanks, Darwin. That's my lawyer there, Darwin Easley.
Man, everybody's calling the show tonight. Hey, unfortunately, we got to go to break. Coming up, more with Tony Suggs. Call us, 703-387-1020. You got questions, you want to say hey. Barbara, Kelvin, they all call tonight. Give us a call. Again, 703-387-1020. We're sitting with the champ, the legend, the man, the myth. Don't knock me out now. No, I'll just play. Welcome back. Back with the champ, Hall of Famer, Tony Suggs. Thank you for gracing us tonight. Yeah, so now look, you've been through a lot. You've been through death, you've been through drugs, you've been through domestic violence, but you're back on top now. You're teaching a class in Alexandria, teaching empowerment, teaching people how to fight. Talk a little bit about that.
And that's my passion. That's what I love to do. But not so much, not fighting in the streets at all, but fighting for what they believe in, fighting for what's right, fighting for their health, you know. And I remember when I retired from boxing, and I said I was eating I'm gonna eat what I want, drink what I want. I'm never gonna work out again because I've been doing it for 25 years. And I went to take a physical. A year later, I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, you know, and my numbers were so high, the doctor just started writing prescriptions. And I'm like, hold up, I want to make that my last resort. What I need to do? He said, work out, change your diet. I'm like, oh, shucks. You know, I've been doing that my whole life. So I worked out, went back, changed my diet, worked out, went back. All my numbers was good. So I realized that, you know, even though I wasn't boxing anymore, I need to still take care of my health. And what I noticed was a lot of women around me, well, mainly females around me, couldn't do simple exercises. So, you know, something just popped to my head. Won't you start a boxercise class to help people and teach people how to take care of themselves? And I started that about 15 years ago, and I've been doing it ever since.
Awesome. Let's get back to the phone lines. Gavin is in Alexandria. Gavin.
Hey, Tony, this is your homeboy Gavin Peterson, man. Just giving a shout out to you.
Hey, what's up, champ?
I'm proud of you, man. Much love.
Thanks. That's another one of my church family, Victory Temple Missionary Baptist Church. Reverend Dr. Tom A. Bailey, pastor, 2762 Duke Street. Come join us.
Nice. I have a feeling you're going to have a couple of new members come Sunday, too. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Lil Bro in Alexandria. Lil Bro, I assume you know who this is, too, by the way, Tony. Lil Bro, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Tony?
Hey, what's up? Is that Lil Bro? Hume
You
Street?
know Lil Bro from Del Rey, man.
Okay, my man. What's up?
Hey, look, I just wanted to let you know, man, you know, there's a light. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and that light is shining so bright on you, Tony. I just want to let you know I'm proud of you, man. You are a shining star for everybody in Alexandria, man. I love you, man.
Thanks,
Thank you.
man. I mean, you know, I joke and play a lot, man, but, you know, that means a lot, man, because, you know, you one of those people that was around me that seen where I was going and know where I was going and, you know, and seen my downfall, you know, and seen where I'm at now. So, you know, that really means a lot when it's coming from a person like you.
Hey, man,
Thanks.
I love you, man. You done showed a lot of people how to do it. You not only fought in the ring, you have fought for your life, man, and showed a lot of people how to do it, man. Proud of you. Love you, Tony.
Thanks, bro. Love you.
All right, Lil Bro. Hey, thank you so much for calling, too, by the way. We're going to take a short break. We got a lot of people calling in, showing the support for Tony. We'll be right back with some final thoughts from the champ here. Look at him with the best of them. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We'll get some final thoughts with Tony Suggs here, champ. But first, let's go to the phone lines. Dana is in Alexandria. Dana, what's up?
Hello there.
How are you?
I am doing great. I just want to congratulate my brother Anthony, and I just want to let him know, Anthony, I want to let you know that you are living your dreams. You are a winner, and winners never quit because you never quit. I'm just so proud knowing that you are reaching the young and the old. And we here in Alexandria, we support you, we love you, and you keep doing what you're doing because you never know who's looking, who's watching, and you are doing great things. and God will continue to bless you in what you're doing. I just want to tell you I love you.
Thank you. I love you too, Minister Carter. And you keep doing what you're doing with your morning inspiration. You know, because, I mean, you touch a lot of lives and you help a lot of people as well. You know, and it's numerous times that you have said things in your morning inspiration that I needed to hear, that touched me, that moved me. I just needed to hear it, and God used you.
And we thank you, Dana, for calling tonight. And we thank you, Tony, for being here with us. Go get the book. The documentary comes out June 16th.
June 16th.
That's all the time we have for tonight.
Out of the ring, still in the fight.
That's it, man. We got to bring you back, by the way. We'll see you tomorrow night right here on Toyota Sports Talk.